You can keep that in too. What is going on, everyone? I am here with Nezho to my right, Michael to the left. Been a millennium since we've dropped an episode, and we're proud to say that we are back and better than ever.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I'm back with my team, back with my people. Guys, it's been about a month and a half layoff since we've done a podcast. A few things have changed. We've made some upgrades in equipment. But, I think this conversation is more so going to be a leisure one, just to ease myself back into it. So, guys, welcome back to the show. We're actually going to crack open Arizona's now. Yeah. Okay, so cheers.
Cheers.
Shake it up. Here we go.
I don't know why I got scared to shake it up.
Let's do it, guys.
That tastes better. This is the one we had at the 100th episode was terrible.
The 100th episode was a great time.
That was great. I just don't know what the fuck Arizona is going through.
Let's recap on that 100th episode, guys. What do you guys think about the episode? How'd you feel in the moment? Is that something you guys think we should do again?
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, the event.
I think that it was just really good to see everybody in the same room supporting like a good dream that we have together, which is really cool. Like in a sense, it was like we got to see our progress unfold in a huge way, which was really nice. So I'm glad that we did. I really would be down to do it again.
Yeah, and we saw like every recurring person, every person on the podcast I was on, like the last 50 episodes was there. It was pretty dope.
Yeah. It was really cool to get everyone to come back on. People who just came to support even after the show, people who haven't even been on the show, they came and showed their support for the event. So it was a pretty good event. I really enjoyed myself there. I think we'll definitely be doing something, which I kind of actually do have something already signed, sealed, delivered, and confirmed for 125. But we're going to keep that on a wrap. So we're definitely going to be doing another live show. It won't be at the same venue, but live shows, the response that we got from the people who just came in was immaculate. So we were like, yo, you know what? We got to do this again because people really seem to enjoy it, So we are the podcast of Scranton. I'm going to say it right here, right now. The Middleman Podcast is the podcast of Scranton. It's what we do. No one's doing it like we are. I mean, we have other people who are in the same bracket, but, I'm going to go ahead and toot the horn a little bit. No one's doing it like we are. And the reason I say that is because I was supposed to get on other shows while we were gone, correct? I was supposed to get on other shows. I book show, cancel. I was like, damn, man, that really sucks. But it kind of helped me realize that, if you want to get something done, you got to do it yourself. And that kind of helped me realize that, okay, like, I'm doing it. The Middleman Podcast is doing it. You guys love seeing it. You guys want to come on the show. When we stopped the show, so many people were asking to come on the show. So we're going to get ready to go. We have people from like a plethora of people who we've met collectively as a whole during the off season from all walks of life that I'm just excited to get them on the show, people to come back on the show. But let's just recap on the last 50 episodes, because I think it's really cool. I want everyone to, if you want to, just press pause at this moment and go back to episode 51 of the Middleman Podcast. Episode 51 of the Middleman Podcast features Michael and Nezho. Okay, it features all three of us, and we are in the same location that we are right now. But there were so many differences from that episode to where we are now. And I'm like kind of cool and grateful and nerding out that, it's really cool that you guys are still here to be able to open up 101 with me and to do this show. So let's think about back to episode 51. Some of the major differences. Michael, what were some of the major differences that you remember from that episode to where we are now?
Episode 1.
51.
51. Dude, it was like in the morning, right? I remember that.
Yeah.
Was weird. Remember that?
True. It was in the morning.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, yo, it's so bad. There's no tarp on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yo, this is... But like, I always go back to that first video and then I look at it now. And I'm just like, oh, and then back then it was just like so bad. The table was kind of crooked. And I don't know.
Nah, everything is just off angle.
Yeah, everything was just off angle. It was a good podcast.
It was amazing to see, just the grind that we've had over the, the months and basically years, where we've kind of just, challenged each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, in every way, I feel like it's taught me a lot of, growth when it comes to audio and, trying to challenge myself in terms of like where I could do this, do that. And I appreciate the fact that both of you guys were never, shying away from like telling me, yo, let's try to do this, let's implement that. And I always felt, included. I feel like that was one thing that I feel was really a good idea to, just be a team effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was always something that I really did, fancy about us together working as a team.
Always pushing each other, back to, you just mentioned audio, so that's something that we improved on. I'm thinking about the aesthetic, Michael, you were talking about the aesthetic. We did it
Yeah.
during the daytime. The blinds were open. The natural lighting is blaring through. It looks horrible. There's a plant on a table. There's like the table's uncovered. And then within like two to three episodes, we make a big difference. We make a big jump by just getting a cloth, getting some lights in the background, adding booms, just the little things to make it neater, make it more legit. Those are things that we picked up early, from seeing episode 51. We were like, nah, this ain't it, this ain't it. And back to what you were saying, as far as like trying to challenge each other, we collectively as a whole realized that, okay, like it can look better. Michael, you were the first one to see it firsthand because you were editing the videos and you were like, okay, we got to do something about this light. We got to do something about this table, so on and so forth. So you challenged my mind with the aesthetic way of things, of how they were looking. And, we went ahead and made these small little adjustments that made a big leap to people who would see it and be like, wow, it just went from something that was calm, cool, and casual to something a little bit more legit because we added a tablecloth, because we added a boom, because we tied up the wires, just little things like that, As far as the audio goes, Nezho, audio, man, it's incredible, to see from episode 51 to just hear it, okay? Because I've always said as a podcaster, it's important to have good audio because people want to listen, right? They don't care what we look like. Although we're all three handsome gentlemen, they don't care about that. They'd rather hear good quality content. And if we sound like we are in a tunnel, okay, talking while it's raining outside, it just doesn't work. No one's going to want to listen. So what's important from the growth that I've seen within you, Nezho, was from episode 51 to 100, right? We didn't change any equipment. If anything, the equipment progressively got a little bit worse. I remember we had a 1XLR that died, creating other challenges to our audio, and we kept rolling with it. But from then to now, you were working with that same equipment, and you found ways to improve on the audio. And like, dude, I'm like super grateful for that. I think that's really, really great that you did that because it's what people want to. It's just you elevated yourself because I asked you to, and because you knew you would be able to you're capable of making everything that we had going on better just by your ideas. And we didn't spend any money, bro. You just used your mind and you hustled and you learned.
Yeah, I appreciate that because it's like a lot of times when it comes to doing stuff like creative stuff like what we do, it's very like we're all learning to be better at it. And where I feel that we grow a lot is when it comes to just the passion of it. A passion is a big part of it. And I've been passionate about this for a while. I devoted like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. And I think that comes with a lot of care, a lot of, ups and downs, which is normal. So, I mean, in a sense, it was like I started to check in a lot more when I realized, the possibilities and the avenues that this could have in the end. It's a great atmosphere for a lot of people to grow in, talk about their passions and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. So, I mean, I don't regret it one day at all. So, it's like I said, it's taught me a lot. So
we're going to get back to that because, I want to see what kind of turned the notion for you, maybe an episode, whether it have been a conversation that I had with someone that helped you kind of realize that, we could really do something with this. And it just kind of lit that internal fire for you. So think about that. If you can remember what moment helped you realize that, unless you have it right now, feel free.
I think it was absolutely Elena's episode. That was
really.
I think I really did like the way that episode was done. I thought the questions were really nice. I thought they were very well thought out. I thought that you both had really good engagement, which was really good. And in terms of just like seeing your growth when it comes to talking to people is very, very big. You better articulated yourself. You seem much more natural when it comes to it. So
I try, guys. I try. Michael, let me ask you, man. So like, you're on the editing side of things. You're the person who's here constantly. What are some of the hoops and hurdles that you've had to go through to make this show better? That you kind of just realized, okay, like let me tweak this, let me tweak that because I think it'll be better. What were some of those things that you found?
Definitely. Like editing the beginning of a podcast, like the edits of going back and forth. at first I was a little lazy with it, I would say, because I was like, oh, I gotta go back and forth to every person talking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I learned, I was like, no, you gotta do every single time, like every cut, add more details and stuff to make it look more better and just more efficient, you know what I mean? Put more time into it, because like working on it at first was like, holy shit, this was like an hour-long video, you know what I mean? It's not like a 5-minute video, it's an hour-long video. So just like learning to edit a long video and making sure there's no mistakes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know about my mistakes,
Yeah.
yeah, you know about my mistakes.
We get through them.
Yeah, so like making sure it's nice and crisp and stuff, but just learning, just looking it all over, just making sure the final product is, good, it's something I really learned.
That you're proud of,
Yeah,
that's,
like I'm proud of.
That's the one thing that I remember I challenged you guys on something. I believe, I can't remember what episode. It may have been episode 100, but I remember, Nezho, there was one episode where I had asked you, I was like, yo, would you mind going through this again? And I was like, yo, I like it, but I said, let me ask you, do you think it's your best work? I said, do you think you could do better? I was like, I'm just asking you, do you think you could do better?
Yeah, and that comes with a lot of just, what's the word? Like, you got to be able to take what someone says, especially if it's your craft, into consideration, because obviously they want you to be better. Why would you not want to be better? It's like you have a Kanye moment where it's like, I can do what I need to do if someone just tells me, yo, do this. Or like, elaborate on that.
But that's the thing. I didn't ask you to do anything. I just asked you if you think you can do better. That's it. I asked you if you could do better, and you came and you were like, give me a day or whatever. And you came back with me with a different product, and it was 10 times better. And I was like, all right, cool. So you can do better, So there's just things that, I want to challenge you guys with that. I think, Michael, there were a few times that I asked you the same thing, like, what can we do better with the B-roll, stuff like that. And the B-roll, guys, like the B-roll, the Who's Next Wednesday reels, those type of reels that we did, that was all Michael, capturing them, putting them together. All I did was just put my voice over it. But people really, really enjoyed that video. They really enjoyed that little snippet of who's coming next, what we got going on. So that's definitely something that we're going to keep on going with and continue on to keep doing. Definitely a different rollout process is something that we're going to implement. So I'm excited for that. As you guys can see, got some merchandise. Got some merchandise. Kind of finalizing the website a little bit. There's a few things that I still got to figure out, but I was able to get a few orders. So check it out. We got a hat here today. This is actually a rough template. Middleman Podcast is the white hat with the original color wave. But we're actually flipping there's the MMP on the side right there. We're flipping that to the left side just so it's uniform with the shirt. Okay. MMP on the shirt here. And in this style in particular, it has Middleman down the back. So, I'll do a quick little show here.
Oh, snap. Look at the merch. Hey.
So we got that going on. There's different variations of merchandise that it will be available. This is another color wave right here. It's an alternative color wave. We got red, white, and black. Same concept. MMP on the side here with the red text on the side there. And then we also have tan hats and everything like that. So pretty exciting things. We're talking about merchandise, and these actually came out really, really good for the first time. So, that's something that we got going on. Just ways to support. We'll definitely I'll be announcing when the website's live, and you guys can go ahead and purchase everything because merch came out pretty good.
Black hat is my favorite. Just putting that out there. That's clean.
Black hat's clean.
You guys like the black hat?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the white one.
Wait, you got the black version though with the blue logo,
Yeah,
right?
black version with the blue logo as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So that's pretty clean too. All the hats came out nice. I think the hat collection is going to be the first thing to go out. The shirts I'm still kind of like finalizing because I want to make sure I'm not giving you guys some scrubby ass shirts. That's disrespectful. Everyone needs a good shirt. I'm hoping that you get a fly shirt and you want to buy it.
Yo, were y'all thinking of sweats? Again. We should have some sweats. I feel like everybody's
it's an option.
Sweats nowadays.
It's an option. Some pajamas.
I just think like just the bottom wear, everyone is trying to like get that cozy feel.
I can do that, yeah.
Because like everybody is like talking about just like, the new baggy is the wave. You know what I'm saying? Like everything about like clothes just being comfortable is what everybody wants it to be nowadays.
it's all going to be experimental, the clothing side of things. It's all going to be experimental. So I'm just going to have to figure stuff out, test a few products. Like these right here, these hats, like I said, I did flip the design a little bit. So they're kind of burners, but I'll still be rocking them. People just won't know. Another thing that's going to be changing within the season, and we're going to be getting a new chalkboard, guys, a new chalkboard. So there's the chalkboard right there, the land shark. It is definitely a piece of memorabilia, if you ask me. I think it's one of the coolest pieces on the wall here. That definitely includes everyone who has been on the show. Michael, do you have a favorite quote on that? Because I do. Nezho, I don't know if you've seen it or anything.
I haven't really seen it like that.
Okay.
I live in the other side of the world.
Yeah, you're not always here, but Mike's been here a few times. One of my favorites, an Hall of Fame quote here, definitely one of my favorites on the board is this one right here by Elijah Miller, Eli, Don't Shoot 'Em, which is everybody on this board will be successful. That's what he wrote. Everybody on this board will be successful. And I think what was pretty cool about that was I didn't realize that he wrote that until like weeks later.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like I just
pointed out for you.
I remember he just like signed it, and yeah, I think I saw it and I was like, wow, that was real like selfless of him, to be like everybody on this board will be successful. So
that's the one I think of right when you told me. Like right when you told me, that's the first one I thought of.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So Eli, you got one of the featured quotes up here. There's a lot of people on that board who are still doing what they set out to do. And I'm proud of them for that. Reminiscing back on a few episodes, one of my most exotic and chaotic episodes is definitely William Snakespeare.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Definitely William Snakespeare. Like, holy.
What's the other one? I forgot his name. No, episode 2 or episode 1?
Episode 1.
No, episode 52. So like after ours, we got
DJ Q was after that, and then we had the Fame, I believe.
No, Can of Poppy. There you go.
Oh,
yeah,
Can of Birdo, yeah, Can of Poppy, yeah.
Yeah.
We had the puff and everything. Yeah, that's actually pretty wild. I'm kind of like, that's kind of not good to have on YouTube. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, was that one before DJ Q or after?
No, actually, I think it was 52. Now that you mention it,
right?
Yeah, now that you mention it, he definitely was 52. Can of Poppy, he's doing well. But yeah, no, William Snakespeare was one of the most chaotic episodes that we've had here. We had snakes, we had reptilians, we had geckos. I was holding a tarantula during tea time, which was absolutely insane, guys. I'm like,
I remember they told you, they're like, your hand might be itchy after holding them. I was like, bro, I wouldn't want to touch them after that.
It was terrifying, and I was just like that, bro. Craziest thing ever, and I'm terrified of spiders. So for me to do that was one of the highlighted episodes. That was one of the most fun episodes that we've had here, in my opinion. Mike, do you have a favorite episode or an episode that you reminisce on that you think was really, really good?
I'm trying to think. There was one. I liked DJ Q's a lot. I remember.
Okay.
I remember that when he was talking about the big bonfire. I remember I was so intrigued on that. Yeah, you remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, definitely William Snakespeare. Yeah, William Snakespeare. But honestly, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. There was some like podcast where I'm like, yo, some people had some good stories.
Mm-hmm.
I really listened to. Your one buddy, Dylan. No.
Yeah, Mercado. Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan. Yeah.
I did like that one. That was very like.
You had a good
4
story,
days.
yeah.
4 days lost. 4 days lost.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorites as well. It doesn't have that many views, but I think a lot of people should view that one because that was a podcast more so just talking about life. Talking about a person who had an experience happen to him and how he's bounced back and battled through life and death. Literally, life and death. Man, he was very vulnerable during that conversation. And it was just great to connect with a friend like that. Anyone else you thinking of?
Oh, another good one. Moet. That one.
Moet.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
That was funny. I remember editing it. And I stopped editing it because I was watching it. And I was like, yo, this is so good. And I was like, I go back and edit it. It was so funny.
We have to get him a new episode because his audio did get a little bit messed up. So, Moet, we'll get you back here.
Absolutely.
Nezho, do you have any favorites that you want to give a shout out to?
I have two actually. The one where I was at the studio and like we were recording his name is blanking out of my head, but it was literally the episode where like I was listening to you both.
Oh,
I forgot
okay. I know exactly who it is.
Bro,
okay.
that was a great episode.
Hold on. So Nezho's been with me since we were working in a sanctuary before we even got up here in the studio like this. So the episode that you were talking about is Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, Christian Gonzalez. Him and I were just chopping it up. That was a while back. That was a good one. Who else?
Beef jerky.
Homestead beef jerky. Mike
great.
Wilcox.
I think because I got to meet him was really cool. I got to experience him for the first time, and he was very very down. Yo, you're weird.
I had to. Come on. I had to. Come on, I had
whose
to.
Whose man's is this?
Come on, son.
Who's riding with him?
Okay.
But nah, like, and also, like, it was cool to meet him. I think I got a different perspective, just in terms of like how he was really like willing to like explain like these certain types of beef jerky. Like, it was really really cool, and our podcast was really really nice. I did like that.
Nah, he's a great dude, man. Homestead beef jerky.
Yeah.
If you guys still haven't gotten that beef jerky, you gotta go get it because that is the top of the line right there. Top of the line.
Sticky sweet.
Yeah, sticky sweet. Yo, you know who I remember? Damian Bailey. Conquer and inspire.
Yeah, no, I was actually watching his podcast the other day. Actually.
Conquer and inspire, man. He was full of energy, guys. Like, he was very direct, and sometimes some of the things that he would say, you know, you'd be like, oh man, am I gonna get canceled or whatever? You know, he was very. Even now, I look at him on social media, bro, and he'll say stuff, and he'll be like, if you're still following me by this point, thank you. You know, like stuff like that, because he really pushes the boundaries, pushes the envelope. But you know, there's nothing wrong with being so passionate as he is with health, with fitness, with whatever you're passionate about. That's what I really enjoyed about speaking to Damien, was like he was so passionate about conquering and inspiring. And that one question that I asked him, which was like, what are you conquering and who are you inspiring? You know, like that really just opened up Pandora's box, and you could just see the enthusiasm that he had within him about that certain topic, man. So Damian Bailey was definitely a good one. You know, I really also enjoyed Haley O'Brien.
Oh yeah,
Haley O'Brien, the journalist. She was a fantastic soul, and I see her from time to time out in the streets of Scranton, and you know, it's always great to rekindle with her because it's two different worlds collide. You know, like I do my podcast, which is basically journaling, but on a less restricted playing field. You know, her playing field is the same thing. It's just more restricted. She has to stay within the laws that, you know, society keeps for us, because, you know, you can't just say anything on the news. You just can't do that. But it was really interesting to just speak with her and hear her stories, because she had some wild stories that she's covered, man, whether it be fires, whether it be, you know, dead bodies being found. You know, remember they did a show. She had mentioned that they like highlighted a storefront of some sort, and then come to find out like the guy was like a murderer or something of the sort. Yeah. So it's like, it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. We've had some great stories. Another light who came on the show was Disco Makeup Ari.
Wait, say it again?
Disco Makeup Ari.
Wait.
Oh, you weren't here that episode.
Wait, Disco.
You weren't here that episode. Drew was 570 Exotics. He chimed in.
She have like
she had the
hair?
poofy hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she was a wild one. She was a good soul. I really enjoyed speaking to her.
I feel like we had a lot of good people.
Who is a collab? Who are some guests that you want to see come back on the show? Who are some people that you think we should reach out to and speak to within this season? I guess you could say.
I would like to see Fame.
Fame. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like the Fame Moet is really good too. I feel like he definitely deserves another. I just like his spirit. His spirit is really up there. And the Fame, I think that he has a really great like he has just a way that you could like talk to him on a podcast. Like he just is really solid when it comes to that type of like atmosphere, which is really cool. I think that having him on would be really nice.
Yeah.
I think we can invite Fame back for sure. Most certainly. I think he'd definitely be down, you know.
I would like the first couple, you know what I mean? Like Summer Night, Damian Bailey, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Oh, North Star. We got to get the North Star Films back on the show. North Star Films, man, he's been doing a lot. Now he's got the Motion Studios, I believe. Well, I hope I'm not wrong about that, but I know he just opened up his second studio, man. He's had to, you know, overcome some hurdles with business and stuff like that, but he's consistent and he keeps doing what he needs to do. And, you know, I respect that. I respect that so much, you know, because I see a lot of drive within him, and I'm like, like, that's a guy who I want to see. That's a guy who will continue to succeed, you know, like, how do you get on the show, guys? You know, keep doing your work. I put up those Instagram posts like, you know, what is the Middleman Podcast? How do you get on the show? What is Tea Time? But one of the things I really wanted to flex was just like consistency. That is the thing that we definitely hone in on all the time. That is our bread and butter is consistency, making the show happen, making the releases happen to the degree that we've been making them happen. We are a steady growing podcast. To be back in this world, to be back doing it again is unreal. And as we just continue to get better and better, people are gonna keep gravitating towards us, and we're gonna be at the top, and it's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? I opened up the show saying that I am the podcast in Scranton, and you know what? The New Faces podcast, Brandon Vastro and Zay Guns, right? I remember he had said something. Brandon had said something about that they're the original podcasters in Scranton or whatever the case may have been. And I think I'm gonna have to strongly disagree with that, my boys. All love from my side. But, I think the middleman's doing it the way the middleman has to get it done. We got some pretty exciting guests coming up. We already got a few booked. We got someone coming through from the What a Week podcast. That is an exciting episode that we're going to be doing. We have some musical guests, obviously, coming back. We have some musical guests who are always trying to come on the show. We have painters, artists who are ready to go on the show. Like, during the off-season, guys, I went around. We did some vlogs. Did some vlogs. There were some great times. I think a lot of people enjoyed them. There's still one more vlog that I'm editing is going to be coming out. Probably you'll see it before this video comes out. But, throughout that experience, I went to like a mixing and mingling event type of thing. What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Networking. Yeah, it's like a networking party, but there's a legit word for it. I'm drawing a blank. But anyway,
meet and greet.
We'll say a meet and greet. Sure. We'll say a meet and greet. But dude, I met some really fantastic people, and I'm excited to get them to come on the show because they're coming from a background that we haven't even spoken on or talked to anyone from that background. So we got some things rocking, guys. I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to get things kicking and going. Nicole, are you okay? I mean, you've been taking a lot of videos there. We got Nicole in the back over here, doing the recording.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Yeah, you don't have to do the whole video. Like, you've been saying it for like 30 minutes now.
Yeah, you good? Like,
just, sit down, stay a while, hey, sit down, stay a while. Sit down, stay a while, grab yourself an Arizona iced tea, like, comment, subscribe,
Slams the hat down and walks out.
Middleman Podcast, getting better each day, every time we do this, guys. So let me ask you, what's
how
up?
long have we been, like, out? Like, has it been like months? Like, how many months?
As in, how long have we been out as a recording? How long has it been?
Since 51?
The 100th episode.
Oh, since the 100th episode?
The 100th episode took place February 2nd.
It was that recent? Why does it feel so long?
Yeah, right? It was like 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
2.5 months ago.
Yeah, 2 months ago.
Wow. I feel like that's been like the start of like January.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about it today. I was like, was it like December? I forgot, to be honest.
I feel like it flew by. I don't think these 2 months were enough, if I'm being honest with you guys.
God, absolutely.
I thought these 2 months was like forever. Doing the podcast, I was like, holy shit.
It did feel like a while. I mean, like what I got the camera out the box and it had dust on it, and I was like, wow, it's got dust on it. It's been that long.
Yeah.
But no, truthfully, like it flew by. It really did. Like in a matter of what feels like weeks, we're right back in it, and like there's always this sense of like, have I done enough? For me, at least, have I done enough within my off season? And I usually struggle with getting back to the game, because it's like, damn, like, am I ready to go? And that's something that you always you're gonna ask yourself constantly as a creator. Am I ready to go? Am I gonna be able to do the best that I can? And you want to say yes, you really do. But you don't know until you're actually in the studio and doing it, like, for real. So, yeah, I always feel like I didn't do enough, during this off season. But then there are others that would just be like, oh, you're a little too hard on yourself. You were actually still doing a few things. Big event, huge event, guys. Coming from the Middleman Podcast, along with other parties and investors, which I'm just going to leave that little dime right now. But just understand that something colossal is going to be happening in the month of July. Okay, and it's something that basically was manifested a long time ago, ever since I started this podcast, something that I said I wanted to do, which was put on an event to this caliber. So that's what's been going on in the off season. If I'm being honest, I just can't spoil all the details just yet.
Yeah.
You know, you all will find out, and I hope to see you all there because that's what we work on. But yeah, so did I do enough? I was so nervous. Like, damn, like we changed the setup a little bit. Okay, we added Sachiko. She gave me the middleman right here from episode 100. We added the little sky thing up here, and that's pretty much it. And I was like, damn, like, oh, we also got the new microphones. Like I had big plans on taking this from here to here within a matter of 2 months or so, and couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Basically because financial stresses. That's really it. Like I'm not hurting guys, but I wanted to upgrade, and I made the small investments that I could. And, once again, here we are at an upgrading podcast.
Amen to that. Honestly, right? I'm glad that we definitely went with microphones. I feel like we're going to have a lot of clear episodes with it.
Yeah. They're really nice here, too.
Yeah, 100%. Really dope.
They do look nice. Guys, do you have any questions for me?
What is your outlook on just, the podcast in general? How you feel about everything we've done so far?
How do I feel about everything that we've done so far? I feel like I feel good. I feel good, but I can't say I feel excellent. Like I said earlier and referred to earlier, the best thing about it is that we have consistent growth. So that's something that I can't get mad about. So like, as long as you're consistently growing, how could you look in the mirror and be like, I'm not doing enough?
Yeah, absolutely.
How can you do that? And I feel like we are always on the right track. I feel like I'm on the right track. I feel like my team behind me is strong, although we may bump heads, and just to hear you guys be excited to just come on the show again, that excites me. That lights a fire under me because, I've known Mike for a very long time. I've known Nezho for a very long time.
He hits me a lot.
What?
He hits me a lot.
No, what? Chill. Yo, way to break a sentimental moment with that bullshit. God. Thank you, Nezho. I appreciate it.
I've seen it, dude.
Bro. He did a Hadouken on me, bro. It was crazy.
Yo, these are the people I work with, bro.
Hey, man, never a dull moment.
Nah, bro. Kevin's the sweetest man I ever met. Never complains.
Blink 3
Super
twice.
nice.
BS. Don't lie to them, bro.
Blink
Don't
3
lie.
times if you're lying. Nah, man. We're obviously, it's you can't go into a business when you're like just always on hard ass. You always have to have fun with it. Having fun is the biggest thing,
Yeah, Kevin has fun. Yeah,
I do have fun. I do have fun being in a booth because I had a pretty rough day, man. I had a pretty rough day.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I had a really bad day, man. I dropped my headphone, guys. My headphone fell in the drain, and it went in the water, and that was it. It was done. It was done. So I've had a really rough day. But, when we get in the booth here and, I'm sitting here with my pals, my friends, whether I'm interviewing someone, it's just all of those problems that I had, they're just put to the side, and it's a good feeling to be able to sit here and talk to you guys again, and for people to be ready for the middleman to come back, It always seems like when we're shutting down for like a little bit of a step back, everyone's like, yo, I'm trying to get on the show. I'm trying to get on the show. I'm trying to get on the show. And I'm like, yeah, I got you. Just give me some time. And then when we're back to it, like we are right now, same thing. I got you. Just give me some time, guys. Mm-hmm. These episodes, we record them once a week, twice a week. Like there's a lot going on here. We can't do it every day, but we'll make it happen. We'll get you on the show. Still looking for a flat earther. Still looking for a magician. And yeah, that's who I want on the show.
I'll try to get that flat earther.
I got a barber who wants to come on the show.
Okay.
Might be getting a haircut during the show. It's gonna be fire.
Oh man. So yeah, what do you like? Do you want a fade? Just the middle of it. Nah, I mean honestly, I'm excited for a lot of people to come on. I really want to hear new people just following their passions. Like that's a big thing. I feel like a lot of times we, get people who aren't consistent with it. Like you want someone to like really like engage and like, be like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I got this, I got that. Like that's a really good like person to like engage with because it's like you can see the drive in their eyes, which is really good, and it bounces off of you, so you both have that connection.
Of course, that's what we want to have come on the show, man. Because we don't want to. I really dislike when we do an episode with someone and then they just stop.
Yeah.
I get it. Life happens. I get it. I understand. Things happen. But then they just stop and everything that, they spoke about is like, it's like, damn, like.
Yeah, I'm going to say their name and then you blur it later.
Yeah, I got you.
I forgot his name, actually.
I'm weak. He said I had it and I lost.
Did you really have a name there? I'm trying to. I know someone up there. I know someone ASAP. No Rocky, dude. I could pick out.
Yeah, but I forgot their name.
Weak.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. We appreciate you for coming on the show.
I'm pretty sure like 99% of them are still doing good.
Yes.
But this one person.
2, maybe 3, who hung up their shirts and said they were done.
Hey,
Hung up their shirts.
Can't all be winners in life.
No, they're still a winner, man. They're still a winner. We're not gonna take nothing away from you.
They gotta
Okay.
find their.
There's
They gotta find their light.
There is no problem with having a 9 to 5. Shit, man.
We all got a
Like,
9
all right,
to
this
5.
world that we live in, guys. Everyone wants to be an influencer. Everyone wants an OnlyFans. Everyone wants a TikTok. Yeah, I said that. But there's no problem with having a 9 to 5, man. And I think that's the real struggle here is that we all think that we need to be this extraneous person who does this and does that, man. You can have your 9 to 5 and just go disc golf in the afternoon. You can that's still cool, bro.
You can do both. Yeah,
exactly.
100%. I mean,
you could be you're a musician, and you know what I mean. You're always a musician. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be fucking rich and famous to be a musician. You know.
Mm-hmm.
How much time are we at?
We're at like 40 minutes. Yeah,
all right, 20 more minutes.
20 more minutes, yeah.
All
We're just wrapping up now because you guys are killing my vibe a little bit with all this fluff here.
what?
I'm trying to inspire the crew. I'm trying to inspire people who are watching that. But honestly, at the same time, I did want to kind of just ease myself back into the podcast realm with having a conversation with you guys
wait.
that's free flowing.
I actually did have a question for you.
What's up?
Damn it! I had a question about. Bro, my mind. This is my mind.
Short-term memory
Yeah,
loss.
It's not so easy, is it, huh?
Ah, shit. Oh, you said you're gonna rearrange the studio, right?
Yeah,
2
rearrange
chairs,
the
right?
stu-
Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah, you said we're gonna do 2 chairs, right?
Well, that's something. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to get rid of this table. I would love to have 2 lounge chairs with a coffee table in the middle, make it a little bit more relaxed. But not gonna lie, I've also talked to a certain individual about going half on a studio, and that's something that I definitely want to do. Simply because I don't want to consistently have it out of my apartment. Like we are working out of my apartment here, and it's cool. It looks great. But yeah, man, I think a studio is where I want to be next. Most certainly, So just take my equipment and go over there. But that's something that could be happening within the next few months. Maybe we could even get into the studio mid-season and take it from there. Just keep working at that level and make it a little bit more legit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, why not? I mean, take as much as an opportunity as to grow as possible, and I think that'd be a really nice avenue to like have just a different environment.
Legitimacy within the podcast realm, with legitimacy within yourself, it's what's important. I remember Zach and I were having a conversation, Z Visions, the one who edits all these videos right now. Him and I were talking, and he was like, dude, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I mean? He's like, so it's not the questions that I ask, it's how I articulate the questions that I'm going to ask that makes the question more exciting.
Yes.
Stuff like that. He had mentioned, like, what are you trying to achieve? Like, what are you trying to achieve every time you sit down and talk to someone? We were just talking, having conversation, and ultimately we came up with the thesis or thought that, like, what I'm trying to achieve is I'm trying to find out what your X factor is, bro. Like, what makes you so special? What makes this person on the show so special? Because we've had people from similar walks of life, right? But they all are unique within their special way. But what makes them entirely so different, so set apart from person A to person B? That is what I want to focus on, and that is just a thing, a mindset. When I go into these conversations, is how do I get to the X factor? How do I get to that point in the conversation where I feel like, damn, I have finally read the person, and I now understand why you do what you do.
I mean,
I'm not asking for you to answer the question, but I'm just saying that is what I strive to do.
Yeah.
Each and every conversation. you know. So that's it, guys. We're gonna get back into it, you know, and I'm forever grateful that you guys are a part of this and have been a part of this. Nezho, you've been a part of this since episode maybe 25. You know, like I'm just spitballing a number out there, but I know it was that early.
Steep.
Michael, you've been with me since episode 51. Zach, you've been with us since episode 60, maybe 70. You know, and I'm so happy that you guys are here because, you know, without it, there is no middleman. There's nothing. There's nothing with that, you know. So we're gonna definitely go through our hurdles as a group and you know, find different things and argue amongst each other. But ultimately, I think the goal is to succeed with this platform, you know, and to continue to grow, you know. So, guys, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us, man. This is a great time.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having us, dude.
It's okay. You all right? You seem sad.
Dude,
Sad that it's over.
ending. Yeah, it's over.
It's over, man. Episode 101, it's over. Episode 101,
Oh, yeah,
guys,
101.
we're back. Episode 101.
101 now. Well, yeah,
Live.
it means,
Huh?
yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Live shows, you know, we're going to be doing some exciting things this quote-unquote season. I wouldn't consider it a season. It's just another go-around. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go around. We're going to do consistent. We're going to deliver. We're going to give you tea times. We're going to give you Middleman Podcast. We're going to give you interviews. We're going to give you merch. We're going to give you vlogs. We're not going to stop till we reach the top. And that's just all it is, guys. The Middleman's got a little bit of swagger to himself right now, and he's rocking with it. You know, I love it. I love it. I respect everyone who respects me, because I think you all notice and respect the amount of work and effort that we all collectively. If you respect me, you respect them. You respect Zach. You respect the Middleman Podcast brand. I've spoken to people who I've never spoken to a day in my life, and I've asked them for a favor. And because of the rapport and what we've had, you know, our what's the word I'm looking for? Itinerary. That's not the word I'm looking for. Our catalog, okay, shows that we are the real deal. You know, that we're not just bullshitting here. So if you appreciate what we're doing here, I appreciate you being a part of the ride and being a part of the shows. And if you're looking to get on the show, hit us up. You know, we'll get it done. Show me what you got. Let me see your consistency. Let me see your work. These are my boys, and we're going to cheers one more time before we sign off the air here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any final thoughts you guys want to say?
Mike, you got anything?
Here's for another 100 episodes, right?
I'm down, man. This has been a great time, dog. You know, like I said, it's taught me a lot. I've learned a lot. And my only thoughts is that we go up from here. Only up from here. It's nowhere else but, you know, up. So
And we're gonna get a second camera.
We're going to get a second camera. We're going to get the Arizona IC sponsorship. It's gonna happen, guys. I guarantee it. You know, merch is coming out. We are taking big steps to get where we need to go, you know, and which is to the top. So we won't ever stop. And with that being said, I am the man in the middle, returning to you from downtown Scranton here with the Middleman Podcast, getting ready for another kick-ass season that you are all going to be a part of. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And with that being said, we will catch you all next week. Peace.